What up, YouTube? It's your boy JKG Brandon back with some more Diablo Immortal and Barbarian specific content. Before we get into it, I want to say again, thank you so much for all of the support that you guys have been giving on all the recent videos, subscriptions, and everything. It means the world to me. We are on the road to 1,000 subs to get monetized on the channel and hopefully, do some more things, put it back into the channel and everything, right? With that being said, I want to hop right into it. And with the most recent update, all the classes got all their new pieces of gear. Barbs were no exception. We got a bunch of good things, hopefully good things, right? I've only gotten 2 of them so far, so I wanted to test them out and found out that the 2 that I got might just be the most fun combo in the history of Diablo Immortal for the Barbarian specifically. We're going to go ahead and we are going to start here with Grinning Effigy, the helmet. We scroll down here. Taking damage during Undying Rage now triggers a counterattack, and that damage is AoE, so area of effect, to all nearby enemies. Cannot occur more than once every half a second. Now, the range on this is about, it's not quite the same range as, say, the Swiftwing pants for the sprint. You know how you get the circle and it only affects everybody in that circle. It's not quite that range. It's about the range of Eager Maelstrom's range when we have the whirlwind on with that. So it is a decent range. They can still hit us from outside that and not get counterattacked, but it is nice to be able to get some counterattack damage in while we're just, unkillable at the moment, right? And then the other piece that I got was the main hand weapon, the Hewer, and this one's a bit longer. Dash and Thrash. Basically what that does is it modifies our grab skill. So if you remember the grab skill, we grab them and then we can kind of pinpoint out and throw them and do area effect damage like that. This is a little bit different. We just grab them and then we turn into a furious charge. So we have them up in the air and then we run to a spot. We can steer somewhat, not great, but we can steer. And then we jump up in the air and slam them down, doing AoE damage at that point. It is definitely the most fun skill in the game for a Barb so far that I found. So definitely it does good damage. One thing I will say, before I was hopping on today, I found out that, with Wrath of the Berserker and the other, I don't have the piece on, but Broken Soul, how it allows us to do crit damage or crit chance instead of attack speed. I had that on, and I popped my Wrath of the Berserker. I popped grab, and when I popped grab and picked the orange monster up, when I slammed it down, that triggered my Howler's Call, and I crit for 62,000. So that was the most damage that I've done as a Barb and on the most fun skill. So without further ado, we're going to get into this. I did leave a bunch of misses in the PvP, so I just want to preface that right now, because it is still very hard in PvP to make sure that we can get the grab caught, because resistance, potency, all that kind of stuff, I do believe matters in picking somebody up, because they can still do that. I was trying to pair this with the ground stomp as well. Haven't perfected that. I do think there's a way to make that something of a really fun, just a specialty kind of a build, right? Pick them up, slam them down into a big mob of people, and then do the big ground stomp and, stun everybody and kind of finish them up after that. But really fun skill to it's the most hilarious skill. I think if you got picked up in PvP, you would be very angry, one, and it would probably, kind of trigger you, right? and then if it kept happening over and over and over and over again, you can kind of get a little bit frustrated with the Barb. So lean heavy into the Barb hate that we already get in PvP situations. But you can actually see, when we proc, because it works off of Undying Rage, we have two ways to proc that, right? We can just let them hit us, and then we can proc it as we're doing here, or we can just proc it on ourselves and let them hit. But you can kind of see there, the one that was on the far left, just over my head, he was outside of the range, and he was hitting me and not getting damage taken. So that was something that was really cool to see. And then you can kind of see, I like I said, I did leave the misses in because I want to show that it's not, you know, you don't just hit the button, pick them up, run, slam them, and call it a day. You still have to you still have to position yourself into the right positions to where you can actually get that and do that. But like, I believe it's one of these here. It's so great when you have somebody with you, like a demon hunter or somebody to come in right here, boom, slam them down. It's not enough damage to kill them in one shot, so we definitely need somebody there to kind of help out, and that is a beautiful thing. It does get interrupted from like Bone Pillar, and I didn't get interrupted from a Black Hole, but I do believe it would do the same thing because Bone Pillar and Black Hole will interrupt anything anyway. So like if you are running with somebody in the air and you get Bone Pillared, you're just going to drop them and in place, and you're going to be stunned by the Bone Pillar. Here we can kind of see this person, one of these people, they go back into like their spawn area, so they have that wall in Battlegrounds right here. You can kind of see right by the map, and our Undying Rage props, and we're actually getting immune to damage instead of actually giving damage to them. So that's kind of a bummer. We're not able to really hit them behind that wall when they're able to hit us. So that kind of is a bummer. But if you can also see right here, we're able to pick them up and grab them through that wall. So that's definitely something that we can kind of keep in mind and keep that between just us barbs, right? For PvP, so we can go have a little fun with our demon hunter and wizard brethren who like to hit us from 3 screens away. Maybe we can get them when they think they're safe, right? So yeah, it's 100% the most fun. I was streaming this live in our Discord chat for a lot of the people that I play with and I farm with and everything, and they were just cackling the entire time. Every single one of us, I think we had 10 different people in the voice chat that I was streaming it to. Everybody was just laughing. Just the most fun I've had as a barb, by far, bar none. And it does decent damage. I think if you can kind of see some of the crits that we're doing, we're actually hitting for 14, 15,000. And if we have Wrath of the Berserker up with a good crit chance instead of the attack speed chance, we actually can crit for 20, 25k, no problem. And then, like I said before, I did see the Howler's Call proc off of the grab skill, and I did crit for about 62, almost 63k. So that is a lot of damage to be done by one skill. It is definitely the grab skill by far, hands down, best skill for a barb, most fun for a barb. I can't say best skill because there's not exactly, it's not going to be great for every situation in the game. It is still very meme worthy, right? But it is actually viable now. The Undying Rage helmet, I think, is going to be a standard across the board for barbs going forward in PvP situations and also challenge rift situations, because we can decide we want to proc our Undying Rage, or we can let them proc our Undying Rage, and then instead of just having to run in and get away to heal, we can pop our heal, and during that entire time they're gonna still take damage from doing damage to us. So it's definitely something that I think is going to be kind of a standard going forward for us. So that's definitely 2 really great pieces of gear coming out of this recent update. I want to get all of the pieces, and I want to be your barbarian mad scientist. I want to try everything, and I want to make everything kind of show as good that we can be, right? With that going on, if there is any other pieces that you want to see me try out, definitely as I get them, I'm going to try to combo them with other things. If there's another piece of gear or another skill that you think can combo better than the ground stomp with the new grab skill. I'm calling it grab 2.0. If there's something that you think can combo better than that, definitely leave it in the comments below, because I definitely want to hear it. I want to test everything out, right? Uh, got a couple things in the works showing that I think we found some ways in our testing groups to let the barbs actually do some damage to bosses. So that's definitely going to be something coming up in the weeks to come. Outside of that, if there's anything special that you want me to see or that you want me to do for you guys and show you, and let me know in the comments below. With all that being said, I'm JKG Brandon. Y'all been amazing. Peace.